So here it is, the Spitfire Mark 9 in Microsoft Flight Simulator on my Xbox Series S. And the question I'm going to attempt to answer in this video is it worth buying the Spitfire for Microsoft Flight Simulator on your Xbox? Is it worth it? And I guess, what do you get as well? Now you may be thinking, well, why is there a need to answer this question, Rob? Well, the reason is because it's quite expensive. I think I paid £25 for the Spitfire, which probably, outside of a season pass for something like Call of Duty, is probably the most expensive DLC I have ever bought for any game ever. Yes. So why did I get it? Well, I mean, I guess the first thing is that Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you subscribe to Game Pass, is free. So you're kind of getting this amazing game. I know it's not really free because you're paying your £11 a month for Game Pass Ultimate. But, you know, I haven't paid anything for that. Also, although flying around in the Cessna and the Airbus and all the other planes in the pit especially is fun, I kind of feel that there's something special, or there would have been something special, about flying around in the Spitfire. Also, being a YouTuber, obviously making content is my bag, and I kind of felt that, well, if I had a Spitfire, I could make some interesting videos in Flight Simulator as well, based around, you know, maybe historical flights and stuff like that. So I thought, sod it, let's spend the money, let's get the Spitfire. And the Spitfire you get is made by a company called FlyingIronSimulations.com, and I'll put a link to the website down below so you can read a bit more about it. And it's a Mark 9C, and you get two variants of the Spitfire. You get the traditional Spitfire that we all know with the elliptical wings, and then we get the clipped wing Spitfire as well, which they introduced a little bit later into the war, which had a better roll rate, taken like the Focke-Wulf 190, I think, and had a slightly faster top speed as well. And then within those variants, within the clipped wing and the normal one, you get 6 different colours, or skins, I guess, for the Spitfire. Everything from a sky blue reconnaissance version to a D-Day version with the iconic black and white stripes, to an Australian one, to a South African one, to another RAF one, and so you get some nice looking Spitfires. And the first thing I've got to say is the modelling of the Spitfire. It looks beautiful, and inside the cockpit looks absolutely fantastic as well. You know, it all looks the part. You know, when you're flying around and you're looking out over the wing, or maybe you're in third person mode, or maybe you've gone into the photo mode to take some pictures. It looks absolutely stunning, and you feel like you're there. Now, with the Spitfire model, when you buy it and you download it, it does have a startup system and a flying system and an engine model system based on the real Spitfire. So you can go into great detail about doing the startup routine and then looking after the engine while you're running, which involves around the fact that the Spitfire has a fixed speed propeller, and so you're altering the pitch of the blades to change speed, and you've got to watch things like your RPM and stuff like that. Now you can do that, and there's a whole manual you can download that explains it. However, I don't fly the Spitfire like that at the moment. I fly it with engine damage off, and to be honest, I fly around like Flight Simulator with damage off as well. So if I crash, I can just use skew mode to get back into the air, and it feels good to fly it around. Probably though, the best thing about the Spitfire is the noise. Especially the noise when you're in the cabin. You know, you get that iconic Merlin engine noise, because all the noises for the airplane, they've all been captured from real Merlin engines and real Spitfires, and you just get that Spitfire sound that just feels iconic, and it just brings a smile to your face when you're flying it around. And you can, you know, if you do things like flying along the White Cliffs of Dover, or flying along the beaches at D-Day, or flying high above the Kent countryside, you know, as they would have done during the Battle of Britain, or pretending to do strafing runs across France. All this sort of stuff, it really is very, very cool indeed. And if you ask me now, was buying the Spitfire worth the £25 I paid for it in Microsoft Flight Simulator? I would say absolutely yes. Fantastic! I love it. I can hear in my mind's eye or my mind's ear the sound of the engine of the Spitfire. And when I fire up Flight Simulator, I think, right, let's get in the Spitfire. Let's go for a spin. Let's take her up to heaven and back, as Rick Mail once said in Blackadder. Now, obviously, it might not be completely for you, and I think really, as you're looking through the planes in Microsoft Flight Simulator on Xbox or PC, I guess as well. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. As you're looking through the planes, if a plane really appeals to you, then buy it. Now, we don't have much choice at the moment on Xbox of things to buy. I think there's a Tomahawk. Is it the Warhawk you can buy, or the Tomahawk you can buy as an American plane? There's jets, and there's various civilian planes you can buy as well. But hopefully, if enough people start buying things like the Spitfire, and these companies start making money from it, hopefully we'll see other planes coming across. I mean, I heard on one video that the Junkers 88 is coming, the Stuka is coming, which might be quite interesting. Now, the Stuka actually doesn't really appeal to me as buying it. I wouldn't particularly want to buy a Stuka. I don't particularly want to fly around in a Stuka. I mean, I might end up buying. I mean, the planes that I would really want to see coming over as well would be planes that I wouldn't mind the Lancaster bomber. That would be absolutely fantastic to have that. The Mosquito as well. I think that would be very, very cool. I'd like to have something like maybe the American Mustang as well, and the Sopwith Camel, something like that from the First World War. Lots of jets, especially British jets. The Vulcan bomber, things like the Buccaneer bomber jet bomber would be very, very nice indeed to have that. I guess things like the Phantom. We're going to be getting, when Top Gun comes out, the new film comes out, we're going to be getting probably a Hornet, I would imagine, a Navy Hornet. Maybe that we're going to get a Tomcat. Maybe, I don't know, but we don't know the details yet. But they definitely bring something to the game, these special aeroplanes, if it appeals to you. If you're into fast jets, then buy the Eurofighter. If you're after aerobatic aeroplanes, just use the Pit Special. But overall, I have been incredibly impressed and very, very pleased with buying the FlyingIron Simulations Mark 9 Spitfire for Xbox Flight Simulator. It looks great, it flies great, and most of all, it sounds absolutely fantastic. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hopefully that answers your question. If it has, hit the like button. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And I will, of course, see you again soon.